Computer, perfect. Well, welcome. I'm really, really excited to be hanging out with you. As I was saying, it was so important to me to do this live Q&A because I've had a couple of folks come to me with some specific questions about the program. So I wanted to make sure that I answered them. And I honestly also thought that doing it from my PJs in a hotel in Chicago where I'm traveling also was just so perfect, because it is showing you the type of coach that I am, how committed I am to helping my clients get incredible results, and honestly, how available I am. It's 8 o'clock at night. I've been traveling most of the day. And so for me, I think it's just super cool to have this opportunity to connect and just get really real and kind of just let you in on how I coach and how I work with my clients. So I hope that you have some questions. If you have specific questions that you would like me to answer, go ahead and type them in the Q&A function so that I can see them and I can make sure to answer them for everyone. I also want to go through a number of questions that I have received ahead of time. So I had a couple of ladies say that they were not able to jump on at this time, and I get it. It's Valentine's Day, so you might be doing other stuff. So I just wanted to give them the opportunity to send their questions ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and talk through some of those. If you have questions and you're on live, just let me know, and I will answer those too. Just super excited to be hanging out with you. So the first question that I get is, Catherine, is this a weight loss program? Am I going to lose weight working with you? And as with most things with health and fitness, the answer is, it depends. It depends on a lot of things. And I think that what I have started to really do with my clients and in my coaching is help women understand what is really important to them and what is really truly aligned with the type of person that they want to be. Now, if weight loss is one of your top goals, that's something that we can work on, but we're not going to work on it in a way that is forcing your body into dropping weight. So weight loss is sometimes, if it is healthy, it is a byproduct of a healthier relationship with food. It is a byproduct of getting so much more consistent so that you feel confident in your abilities to eat well every single day. It is the result, a very nice result, of quitting that binge cycle that happens every weekend. So do my clients lose weight? Do they lose inches? Yeah, most of the time they do. But that is never the most important focus of our coaching. Because what I found is when I would coach women just for fat loss, and this I was doing at the beginning of my coaching career 3 years ago, a lot of times we would see changes, but then my clients would have a harder time sustaining it on their own. And that is why I put together and began working with my clients through my 4R method, so that we are addressing everything that's going on beneath the surface. Because I can tell you exactly what you should eat, and I can tell you exactly what to do, but that makes it so that you need me forever. And that is never my goal. So weight loss does sometimes happen if your body is in a place that it can and wants to lose weight. But if weight loss is only going to happen as a result of intense restriction, as a result of really policing your food intake, as a result of obsessing over what you're eating, that's not the goal. So I've shared results of ladies in my Consistently Lean coaching program, which is my group coaching program that I launch just a couple times a year. And within the first couple of weeks, they are losing multiple inches around their waist. They are losing so much more weight than they were expecting, and they're not feeling restricted at all. So is it a weight loss program? No, it is not. Is a whole woman coaching program that can result in weight loss depending on your specific goals and your priorities. So each time that a woman comes to me in Effortlessly Consistent, it's a completely different coaching program. So that leads me into one of the next questions that I've gotten, which is, I've never hired a coach before. So can you help me understand how this would work? And I've said it a few times on social media, and I said it earlier this week over email, but hiring a coach is basically like hiring one of your best friends who went and got certified as a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, who is just so totally in on this personal development thing. They are doing constant reading on how to level up. They are constantly trying to get better and better and share that with you. Hiring a coach is hiring someone to walk alongside you and help you learn how to do this for yourself. I don't identify as a personal trainer. I don't identify as a therapist. I'm not qualified to be a therapist, but I am a coach. I walk alongside you and I help you to make the decisions that are going to help you be more consistent for the rest of your life. Okay? This is so much more than hiring a nutritionist. This is so much more than hiring like someone to write a workout program for you. Because as a coach, I'm here to help, talk through things, and help you get more consistent than you've ever been. And we do this by working together really, really closely and getting to know each other pretty dang well. So how does this work, right? Logistics, what can you expect? We start off by going through a pretty detailed intake packet and a 3-day diet log. So I want to do this because I want to get a good sense of what's been going on with you, what you're currently doing, and kind of see where I'm recognizing some gaps. Within my 4R method, we look at 3 key relationships: your relationship with food, with fitness, and yourself. And the intake packet gives me the information to kind of like look at what's going on, figure out where we may need a little bit more help, where we might be doing just fine, so that I can guide you through the next 4 months together. So as soon as you complete that intake packet, which I will send you as soon as we get your client contract, your payment, and your all of that sorted out after your chemistry call, I will send you some times and we'll get on a 60-minute Google Hangout or a Zoom meeting. Or if you're local, you can come hang out with me in person so that we can walk through the details of your intake packet. We'll come up with our game plan for the first couple of weeks. So this is really a nice opportunity, again, for us to really get to know each other. I've said that a few times. It's so important, the client, the coach relationship, because we are basically in this together. After that 60-minute jumpstart, you're going to have a really good sense of what's going on. You're going to have a good sense of what you may need, and you're going to have an amazing sense of what you should be focusing on. We'll give you some personal development stuff to be working on. There'll be some nutrition focus areas, and I will be designing your custom workouts for you based off of your specific goals. After you finish that 60-minute jumpstart, we exchange digits. You get my phone number, and then you're also going to get your nutrition guide. So something that I do for my one-on-one clients is every other week when we're getting on the phone, I update a PDF guide that says, okay, weeks 1 and 2. These are the 2 things that I want you to focus on. These are the things that you're going to be journaling about, so that you always have that to refer back to. You're also going to get your personalized workouts delivered for you via a training app. So I use Trainerize. And what that just does is it gives you access to all your workouts in real time so that you can take a look at them. You can scroll through them. There are video demos to everything. I'm going to talk a little bit more because somebody was asking about the workouts earlier. But you get your personalized workouts, nutrition guide, and all the specific guidance of what to do next, in addition to my phone number. So if anything comes up before our next call, you just text me, you send me an email, Facebook Messenger, whatever is easy and convenient for you. You just get in contact with me and I'm just a text away. So if you're not sure if you should be eating eggs or oatmeal and you're out to breakfast, text me. If you're feeling guilty because you ate a second Buff Bake protein cookie and you don't know what to do about it, text me. If you're not sure how you should be handling that dinner that you're about to like step into because you're going out with coworkers, text me. I am here for you the entire way. So you're not ever having to make these decisions alone. And that is why, again, I do one-on-one coaching. I do not take on very many people because I am in contact with my clients almost every single day. So it's really, really important that you understand that, right? And this is why, as a coach, I take chemistry calls with people before we jump into this program. I'm not just going to take your payment. I want to make sure that you and I are a good fit and that we're ready to make this commitment to each other to help you reach your goals. So coaching is incredibly different than working in a group program. It's very, very different than going to see a nutritionist every other week. It's very different than going to a personal trainer in the gym, because you have access to me, my support, all of my life experience, my clinical experience, and the knowledge that I've received from working with women online for the last 3 years. That's available to you at a text. So if you're not sure what coaching would look like, definitely make sure you listen to that whole spiel, because it's a relationship that is going to allow you to level up. This is whole woman coaching. We're addressing everything from food to fitness to your mindset. We're going to be talking about personal development. I'm going to give you book recommendations. Like, you're going to be chatting with me when emotions are coming up. There's so much in this, and that is honestly why so many of us keep struggling, isn't it? Because we're focusing on the wrong things. Earlier this week, I was saying that we aren't always sure that we're doing the right work, right? We're not actually paying attention to like the stuff that's under the surface. We just focus on the food, or we just focus on the workouts. And that's why consistency is such a problem. And that's why I created this program, because I know the things that really matter to helping you be consistent in the long term. And that's dealing with a lot of the stuff that's under the surface. So coaching will help you hit those goals. If you have any live questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A, which is in the toolbar at the bottom. Otherwise, I do want to just go through, let's see, there's another question that I received about the specific workout piece, because I think a lot of people are super interested in that. Like, it's like, how does it work? So it's a 16-week workout program. And the way that it works is, after we do our initial jumpstart, I'm going to have a pretty good sense of what you need. I'm going to send you an invite to join me in my online training platform. You're going to jump in on that, fill out a little questionnaire of like, I have this equipment, I have this many days a week to work out. I'm experienced in using dumbbells, barbells, whatever you can do. I then will use that information to craft a specific training program that is designed for you. And you will get new or like updated workouts every 2 weeks, and every 4 weeks we pretty remarkably shift your training protocol, just to make sure that your body is continuing to be challenged. So many times I hear that women are doing the same stuff over and over. I was just replying to a comment that I got on my Facebook page from a lady who she was saying like, I work out consistently, I'm just not seeing any results, I'm getting really frustrated. And there's so much to it, but a lot of truth is that we tend to do the same stuff over and over because we know what to do. But that does not change our bodies. It doesn't help us get to a place where we feel more confident. So I do just want to make sure that you know, like, this is not a cookie cutter workout program. This is a program that is designed based off of your specific goals, and I will help you along the way. You get updates every 2 weeks. There are video demos for every single workout. So if you haven't worked out at home before, you're going to be able to click a video and it'll link up to, or you'll be able to click and it'll link up to a video on YouTube so that you can watch how the exercise works. It'll tell you how many reps to do, how many sets you should do, how much you should rest. All of that will be programmed in this app, which is super nice. You can also like check in and track your progress in the app, which is super neat. So like, I can see, oh, my client Anita was able to lift more in her squat this week than she was ever able to lift before. Or Chrissy, who I was talking about earlier this week, she was able to run a faster mile than she's ever run. Like, holy crap. It's super cool for us to be able to see that and like track your progress along the way. So awesome. Another question that's coming up quite a bit that I want to just take a second to really, really dig into is about moderation. So I've had a couple people say to me, like, Catherine, all this sounds good, but I really don't think I'm about that moderation thing. I don't think I can do it. You say like have one indulgence a day. So I have my indulgence in the afternoon, but by the time dinner comes around, like I want more. I want another indulgence. Is this program going to work for me? And it's so fair, right? We get so balled up because we are like trying to figure out how to make this work. We want to see differences, but we've had such a hard time doing it in the past. So it makes sense, right, to question, like, is this program actually something that's going to help and work for me? And my answer is yes, Levy. This program is 100% for you. If you're feeling like you can't do that moderation thing, if you're feeling like you can't trust yourself around certain foods, like this program is going to dig a lot deeper to help you uncover the reasons why. Now, I can list off 15 reasons why you could be having a hard time in indulging once a day. It could have to do with your energy levels. It could be hormonal. It could have to do with your mindset around treats. It could be a story that you're telling yourself about how you interact with food. It could be that you're restricting. It could be you're not getting enough protein. Your fiber could be really low. There are so many reasons, but those reasons can be really, really hard to unpack on your own, right? It can be so hard to know what's like messing with me right now. So, number one, this is why coaching is so profound and so important. This is why I hire a coach as well. It's not like I know all the things. I still have blind spots when it comes to myself. And that's why working with a coach is helpful because number one, she's been there before. Number two, she's going to help you point out and see like this is potentially where you are off so that you can make those tweaks. And additionally, it's just so helpful to be working with someone who's going to push you to think about things differently. I received a couple comments on an Instagram post that a couple of the Instagram posts I put up this week of like, you make me think about things really differently, or I really like that you are approaching life from a different perspective. And that is one of the things that I do. As I have cultivated strategic self-awareness and helped my clients do the same, they're now so much better able to tune into themselves and start to do those mental checks themselves so that they can not get to a place where they end up overeating all the time. So if you're feeling like you can't do this because you have tried in the past moderation, no. This program is designed specifically for you so that we can figure out what's held you back in the past, course correct, teach you new habits, and help you automate them, so that you can spend less time stressing about eating the cookie and more time hanging out with your friends, more time present with your friends and your family, more time on the hobbies that matter to you. If you're feeling like moderation is just too hard, I'm here for you. And I want you to know that this program is different because we're going to be helping you build up that strategic self-awareness muscle to enable you to stop having these moderation issues. The reason that we're struggling is because we don't look past food. Moderation is a food, right? But very often it's a symptom of something else that's going on. So we have to dig a little bit deeper in order to help you overcome that and get to a place where you're like, all right, I can do this. I'm confident. I trust myself. And that just requires a lot more than just a meal plan, than just a workout plan. So that's what so many other people are giving you. That's not what I'm going to give you because that's not going to help you reach the goals that you have. All right. The next question that I want to answer is how much time will this take per week? Because I know that you're busy. And I know that that's a concern, right? You're like, okay, all of this sounds great, but I don't have multiple hours a week. I don't expect you to. I am busy. All of my clients are busy. The coaching calls are 30 minutes every other week, but we can plan those when it's convenient. I take a lot of my calls with my clients when they're driving to work, driving home from work, walking the dog. It's not something that we have to do like a face-to-face thing. We can definitely chat over the phone so that you can do it while you're doing something else that you need to do. Oh, those are my clients. Or we can spend one per month sitting and looking face to face, and then the other we can be on the phone. So that's like the one real commitment in terms of time. If we're thinking day to day, you have your workouts, but that's 3, maybe 3 to 5, depending on your specific goals, your level of activity. Right now, 3 to 5 workouts a week, nothing is longer than 40 minutes. I do very short, very effective workouts. So the workouts are going to take a long time. The nutrition stuff, we're just shifting your focus. Like, I'm not going to be giving you this crazy meal plan where you have to prep everything. The whole reason I do the 3-day diet log ahead of time so that we can talk about it in the Jumpstart is so that I know what you're already eating and can make recommendations based on what you have in the house. Like, the eating is not going to take a whole lot more time. The curriculum, implementing some of the tools that I teach you to handle the negative thoughts that are coming up, to start questioning why you believe things a certain way, to start rewriting the stories that you're telling yourself. Those things take a bit of time. And I think the commitment that I've talked with my clients about is it's usually like 15, 20 minutes a week of really digging into that stuff, giving yourself that time and that space to look inward is super profound and super, super helpful. So I do just want to make sure, like, it's not a lot of time. If 20 minutes sitting down, if you're a busy mom and you've got too much going on, a lot of my clients will spend 5 minutes journaling each morning. 5 minutes. You can do that, close yourself in the bathroom, do it on the toilet if you needed to. Like, it's not a crazy amount of time. I don't want to do anything with you that's going to take a crazy amount of time because that's not sustainable. I want this to be the jumpstart for the rest of your consistent, thriving life, not something that you do for 4 months and then completely fall off. So the amount of time, 30-minute calls every other week, and workouts 20 to 40 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week. Nutrition, no additional time. We're just tweaking what you're currently doing. And the mindset stuff, 15 minutes a week. So all of that, right? Like, it's not a lot of time. So I hope that resonates and is helpful. I've also gotten a few questions around timing. Like, when am I going to open up spots again? And that's a really great question, right? You may be sitting there thinking, like, again, this sounds great, but I'm not sure if now is the right time. I only open up spots for one-on-one coaching with me when somebody graduates out and when somebody is ready to do it on their own. My commitment is always, first and foremost, to my current clients, to help make sure that they have all the access to me that they need, to make sure that they feel really, really solid, to make sure that if they need more time, I'm able to honor that and give them that additional time. So I don't know when I'm going to open up spots again. I have chemistry calls already booked for these 2 remaining spots. And so I don't know that I will open spots again for the next few months. So if you're not 100% sure, if you're trying to figure out the timing, if you're just like, not 100% confident, let's jump on a call, right? Because if you're worried that it's not the right time, I want to dig into that. Like, is it because you're super busy? Is it because you feel like you're doing another program right now and you don't want to jump to something new? Is it that you feel like the money is an issue? Like, let's figure out what story you're telling yourself about why this isn't a good time so that we can really unpack what's going on. It's so much more than it being the right time. Excuse me, I'm drinking like double carbonated beverages, so I apologize for the burp. I want us to really figure out for you, what's your concern about the timing? Because if there's something really specific, I want to make sure we talk about it. But if it's like a practical thing where you're like, not right now, I'd like to do this in the future, I don't know that I'm going to have spots open before May, June, July. So things could open up, people could graduate, all of those things, but I don't know when I'm going to have spots open again. So if you're on the fence, book the call and let's talk about it, because applications are going to close down tomorrow at midnight. So definitely let me know. I'm going to just see if there are any other questions that are coming in. I'm going to take a sip of my Zevia also. My voice is getting hoarse. All right. Let's see. One more question just came in, so I want to make sure that I can answer this one because it's definitely a good one. It's about, again, timing. So why is Effortlessly Consistent 4 months long? I see a lot of programs that are 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks. So here's the thing. After I've coached dozens of women through this protocol, one-on-one from all around the world, different walks of life, ages from 17 to their 60s, I found that we really need concentrated time and effort to unpack what's been holding you back and made this so hard for you in the past. And we have to do that work first before we start diving into the really specific like nutrition and fitness stuff. I want to make sure that we have a good foundation before we dive into it. And other coaches will just dive straight into the food and the fitness. But honestly, this is doing us a huge disservice because we don't work through the roadblocks that keep coming up. And those roadblocks are a lot deeper than you being like scared of gaining weight or not knowing when you should eat carbohydrates. They are so much deeper than that. And if we don't continue to dig into those, we will continue to struggle. So this program can change your life, and that change does take a bit of time. So with the 4R method, I like to spend as much time as you need to go through each of those steps. And I want this to be customizable for you. So what I found was that 4 months gave us a pretty good place to start. Some women need more time. Some women are able to kind of breeze through the early pieces of it, and then we're able to focus more on building out their most radiant, thriving life. But 4 months is a really great spot for us to get started. So that was the last question. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Have an awesome night. Definitely, if you are interested, get your application in because applications close tomorrow. And I cannot wait to chat with you. I'll talk to you soon.